Oh. This is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you again. Raw and unscripted and saucy again. So, you know, a lot of times I do these type of rants and, sometimes I don't really know where I'm going with these rants, but I know that, like, YouTube has an algorithm, and see, I haven't quite figured out the algorithm. I haven't quite figured out the algorithm. I haven't quite figured out exactly how you're supposed to,
I want to worship.
How you're supposed to.
I just want to suck it all fucking day long.
Upload, like the timing and all that. I don't get that shit, man.
It's beautiful.
I really don't. I don't fucking get it. I don't know. So, you know, if you guys are new to this channel, this is Steve's Art and Fun. This channel is, originally made to be a fun and recreational channel, but I'm just gonna be real with you guys and maybe I might even tell, like, my YouTube story, I don't know. When I first started this channel was supposed to be, you know, a successful channel, obviously. So it was supposed to be about fun and recreation and art only, pretty much. Now, I'll be honest, it's only become, like, not become, but there's so much, like, spiritual shit on this channel, or rants and stuff on stuff like that, simply because, you know, I heard someone say on YouTube that, like, you have to try different avenues, until something sticks, or maybe something works, or things work here and there, so it's like you have to kind of, like, feel it out. And then some people say, you know, you should stick to one specific thing, like really hardcore, nail down one thing. And I really don't understand, like, how or what, and I feel like a lot of it is honestly luck, and like, not just luck, but it's like, some people have a knack for finding, like, a formula for something that makes it work, and then they, like, really can nail that down every time and replicate it, you know. And that's something I've recently been trying to do, but I really have no clue how. Like, I need help, bro. I need help with this YouTube shit, like, trying to figure out how to do. I don't know, you know. I haven't fucking nailed it down. I don't fucking know what the fuck to do. I don't know. I don't get it. But the whole cryptozoology spiritual thing, a lot of times those rants are just me voicing my angry opinion because, you know, I feel differently than other people about things, and because I'm so on the other spectrum of what most people are, and think on such a different type of wavelength, you know, sometimes I have to say something. So I figure, like, oh, well, YouTube wants content, well, then you motherfuckers are gonna get content. Not even gonna say it's good content, but you're gonna get, you know, a rant, because, you know, it helps to vent, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you bottle up your anger and your emotions inside for too long, then you're gonna just try and channel it in, like, a bad way. Like, you're gonna, like, say something to someone you probably don't want to say, or you're gonna do something you don't want to do. And that's not good. So, you know, basically YouTube, the whole thing with YouTube, it started out me trying to be like a fun and recreation person, but then what that ended up turning into, because too much time passed, this is my plan. My plan was to gather certain friends to like make content, but that shit didn't fall through. Like, I don't know why it didn't fall through, but I don't know, things happen for a reason. So, you know, this channel where it is at, like, now, at the present, there's content on here, but it's like I haven't even scratched the surface. It's like I haven't even got traction, not traction on YouTube, but traction in the realm of like getting people to get together to make the content, you know. So that's a hard pill for me to swallow, but it is what it is, you guys, you know. So I might break this up into multiple parts, so I'm gonna pause real quick. So, like I was saying, you know, I paused for a second and came back. So, I'm back now, and, you know, I was thinking, like, like I said, you know, I don't know why. Like, for instance, you know, everyone has their own life. Like, friends could make plans or whatever. Friends could say things like, oh, well, you know, it's going to be a good summer or whatever. You know, like, they sound like they're really on board with your channel. They're like, you know, you think your friends are going to input more into your channel or whatever. You know, but then, you know, things happen. You know, like they say, shit happens. You know, so it doesn't always work out maybe necessarily how you want it to. Because, you know, people have their own lives, people have their own things, people have their own priorities. But, you know, however this whole thing happened, one thing that I realize is, like, at least I can rant on things as a form of content, even if there's, you know, not other means to actually really make higher quality content, you know, and branch out and things. But one of the things I was thinking on was, like, you know, when I first became a Satanist, one of the main reasons why I became a Satanist was for certain reasons, you know, because me as a person, like anyone else, always deals with disappointment, traumas in life. You know, disappointment in itself is a trauma. It's like, you know, you have everything set up, or you think you have everything set up. You think there's a possibility of you actually getting a win, and it becomes a fucking landslide fucking lose. You know what I mean? Like a landslide victory from someone else's perspective, and you are just the fucking piece of shit, piece of nothing, brought down to nothing. Your whole ego is shattered, your whole world is shattered, your whole vibration is shattered, every ounce of your being is shattered. You know what I mean? It's like how when you think like, oh, maybe I could get with this girl or whatever, or maybe we can make this work or whatever, and then, you know, some other guy just mogs you, basically. Like, he just mogs you, like, even if it's mostly on an emotional level, however, whatever levels it's on, it destroys you as a man, as a being. You know, you're destroyed. Like, I joke about the hilarious, but not funny 300 scene with the girl. What's her name? I forgot her name. What is it? Artesia or some shit like that. Some weird name. But the girl who basically, it's like, even as a man, it's hilarious because you can relate to that girl. She's a girl character, but anybody can relate to that character. I think her name's like Artesia or some shit from a 300, one of the 300 movies. You know, like she was basically had her whole, I don't want to say it, but let's just be real, guys. Her family was pretty much raped in front of her and slaughtered, her whole family. And then she basically got on a slave ship, of a Greek slave ship, and was basically raped, cheeks forcibly clapped 24/7 for like months, basically turned her into a inhuman being. Basically, you know, that's what it's like. Like when you fail to such a degree, it's like your failure breeds extreme trauma. You know, like trauma psychologically that can't be explained. That morphs you. Hopefully good, but maybe not even good or bad, or in between. Morphs you into something different. I don't know, something stranger. I don't know, like it's morphing you into something, hopefully for the better. But like, you know, that trauma does its damage to someone, you know. And I'm one of those people to where, like, I'm a humble person, but the line between what is ego and between what is actual, how do I say this, results, that's the word, actual results. Like, it's like if you fail, think of it this way, guys, like if you fail and, like, for instance, someone who is in marketing, in investing, if you fail and you thought something was like really going to be like this new groundbreaking thing, and then it just like plummets and it hurts you because you're banking on it and you had all this shit lined up, like banking on that. See, it's like that, like an emotional level and a physical level. It fucking destroys you. Like, you have to realize, like, there's people in third world countries right now that they can't even think of trying to do anything. All their vibration, their world, their life is just surviving. You realize how hard that is, how horrible that is, like, in this world that, you know, in the modern day and age, that someone has to push that boulder up a hill, that my weak ass 9-to-5 job basically to them is like a gold mine, and it's sad because it's like, it doesn't mean they're any less than I am or any not better than I am. It's just that they look at the cards they're dealt, look at where they are. So for them to even get to my level, like, they don't even have the American dollar. They have the shitty fucking, like, African or something else dollar. See how that works? Like, do you actually realize what the fuck's going on? Like, how this really is? That's what I mean. Like, that's how this shit really is. So it's like, that's how everything is. So I'm saying all this to say, and someone's like, oh, you're just fucking rambling. Well, I'm about to get to the point. I'm going to get to the point. So the point is this. The point is that, you know, being a spiritual being thrust into this world, into a human body. It's like just violently raped, thrust into this fucking world, born into some crazy shit that, like, I don't know how to make heads from tails from anything that's going on. This is what we are thrust into. This is the way it is. And then it's like, you know, your life experiences, it's kind of like, you look at things this way. I have to say this. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this. Honestly, I feel like one of the reasons why us, and I'm not trying to be like, you know, a victim, but I'm just saying this. I feel like one of the biggest reasons why us as blacks like myself struggle with the war between trying to be like a law-abiding citizen, trying to be honest, trying to be non-violent, trying to be personable, trying to be respectful, trying to have humility and get your head on right, trying not to go to jail, is because, how do I say this? It seems like if you're not, unless you're born into wealth, just like everyone else, you're so temperamental and so, think of it like this analogy. This is the analogy that I've been thinking on. I have to, you know, say this like this, because I've thought on this for a while, and, like, it just seems to resonate with me. You know, they say, like, you know, a donkey is chasing a carrot, and you know that donkey's probably never going to get that carrot. The donkey knows full and well that there are an abundance of carrots. The donkey knows that even if his little brain can't comprehend how to get to the abundance of those carrots, he will always chase that carrot, because everybody fucking likes carrots. The carrots are like people busting nuts. It's like orgasms. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants this high. Everybody's trying to get this fucking high. So the thing is, when you got the carrot in front of the donkey, see, me, like, for instance, as a Satanist, and if I even became a Satanist, it's like, I looked at it like, well, maybe there's a way that I could stand up on two legs, like you do, the one who holds a carrot in front of me, and stab you to death, just a straight up, close quarters, you're not getting around, I'm too strong, I'm too skilled, this is how it goes, prison-style assassination, shank you to death, find a pathway to your organs, and take that fucking carrot. Now, see, with that being said, is basically saying, like, I'm about to fucking take that carrot. You're not dangling shit in front of me, because you're not escaping. Like, I'm in your world, you're in my world, but I'm taking that carrot, because I'm not playing around with you right now. You know, the game is over. You know, this is upheaval, this is an uprise, this is a takeover. So, the carrot is mine. As crazy as it sounds, the carrot is fucking mine. I'm taking the carrot. Because I realize that, just like a chimp realizes how strong it is, I realize how weak you are. I'm like, well, now on this playing field, you're not strong. Like, you're just, you have position, but you're not actually strong. You know, and you're not smart the same way that I'm smart. So I'm like, I'm about to take that fucking carrot. Now, that's a pitfall that we fall into, like I said, as black people all the fucking time. Why don't you? You know, the fact where we think now we're gonna take something because we're like, no, you know, you're tired of trying to play a certain game. You're like, no, now I'm just gonna fucking just take the shit. What? You're like, I'm gonna find a way. You know, like I said, I'm gonna find a pathway and just take that shit. So I realized that and I know it's a mouthful and a tongue twister, but look, what I'm trying to say is I found out that, like, when you are, I'll just put it like this, when you are dealing with things that aren't necessarily so light and fluffy, you then realize that sometimes that is the actual hack. And I'm not saying physically, like, I'm not saying go out and harm people and do things that are illegal. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the analogy is it's similar. It's just similar. It's like the old school bandit mentality. Like, it's like you're realizing that, like, if this is not Mr. Nice Guy anymore, like this is like you are systematically trying to get something. You're not playing around anymore, you know. So with that, all that being said, I'm just saying, like, you know, that's the dark transformation some of us go through that leads us to this side of things, you know. And when I say this side of things, I'm talking about going into the realm of the left-hand path. I'm talking about delving into the darkness fully because you're already fucked, because you're already mogged, because you're already the incel, because you're already the low on the totem pole in every capacity and in the dating game. I'm talking about that you are still professional, you are still not ignorant, you are still operating from a mode that is a law-abiding citizen. But in the spiritual, don't get it twisted, that's what I'm saying, like in the spiritual, there are no crimes that you can be convicted of by a law or a committee or anything when you get into that. There's no, you know, that's your hack. And I should just cut it right here. So I'm just kind of like putting that bug in your ear, you know, just letting you think on that and let that just sink in real quick. Like, that is the hack. It's the same hack that people in the complete opposite spectrum of yourself, you know, have already found. They've known this for a long time. But just saying, that's part of it. That's just a scratch of the surface. That's nothing, but I'm just saying. So there you go, guys. Laugh at that image. The fucking donkey standing on its hind legs, standing up and shanking you to death. You know, let that shit sink in, man. So there you go. It's been another Buck Wild and Crazy rant. And like always, have a good one. And until next time, like, comment, and sub. Leave a good comment. You know, sub, hit the bell. And until next time, you guys.